We begin with developing news at 10, a police chase ending in gunfire.
San Antonio police say it all started when two suspects stole a vehicle earlier today on the northeast side of town.
Once investigators tracked down the stolen SUV, they say the two suspects led them all the way to Shirts off FM 1518 near Lower Seguin Road. That's where we find KENS 5 reporter Megan Reyna.
So Megan, do we know if anyone was hurt?
Well, despite two officers firing off their weapons towards two suspects, no one was hit. We know those two suspects are 22-year-old men, and they're now facing aggravated robbery and evading arrest charges. The chase actually ended right behind me where you see that white Ford Explorer, and police say this actually started around 4:30 outside a store off Austin Highway near Harry Wurzbach Road. Police say the victim was in their white Ford Explorer outside waiting for a family member. That's when they say the two armed suspects came up and took the vehicle. Detectives were able to track down the vehicle at an apartment complex on the north side off Harry Wurzbach Road. And once the vehicle left the complex around 6, police attempted to pull them over. That's when the chase began. Police say the passenger in the stolen Explorer was waving a gun outside the vehicle, but when they were driving down FM 1518 near Lower Seguin Road, that's when the suspects crashed into another car. The two then got out of the vehicle, and police say the passenger with the handgun pointed it at officers. Police say at that point, two officers fired off their guns, hitting the Ford Explorer, not the suspects.
The suspect began to evade, but officers were able to shortly catch up to him on foot and apprehend him. The driver in the suspect vehicle was also apprehended shortly after without further incident. Again, no injuries resulted from this shooting, from this outcome. So again, no injuries. Even in the car that was also hit by that suspect vehicle, no injuries occurred there.
And we know a handgun was recovered here at this scene. Since those officers did fire off their weapons, this is being treated like an officer-involved shooting. So those two officers are on administrative duty just as the investigation unfolds. We're told this portion of the road could be closed for the next 30 minutes to an hour, but the investigation should be wrapping up. At least this part of the investigation should be wrapping up soon. Reporting live from Shirts tonight, Megan Reyna, KENS 5.